Have you ever spent weeks trying to implement authentication in your app? Setting up Auth providers, managing sessions, handling tokens, and dealing with security vulnerabilities. It's a nightmare, right? What if I told you that you can add Google, Facebook, GitHub login into your app in less than 10 minutes? And I'm not talking about some hacky solution. I'm talking about production-ready, secure authentication. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show you how to implement social login with Clerk. And trust me, once you see how easy this is, you will never want to build authentication from scratch again. So what is this Clerk? Is a backend as a service specifically designed for authentication. It handles all the complex stuff for you while giving you a great developer experience. By the end of this video, we will have fully functional Google, GitHub, Facebook, OAuth login. And for the demo purposes, I built small React application that I will show you in a moment. And the tutorial will be fully focused on integration of social login to that React app. Let's dive in. Here is my demo project, and before I walk you through, I want you to pay attention to the package.json file. And what is the most important, that in your project you need to install that package Clerk React. This is the thing which is gonna do the main magic today. The project contains few pages, so it's gonna be a dashboard, gallery, landing page, not found, and profile. Edit. To build that pages, I used some of Shadcn components, which is badge, button, card, input, and text area. But let's focus on that Auth folder. Here we have social login buttons. This is the place where we're gonna implement that social logins. And here is how the component looks. So we have few buttons here. It's gonna be Google first, then GitHub, and then Facebook. And once we click on these buttons, we're gonna call that sign in with handler. And as an argument, we're gonna pass to that sign in with handler the type of sign in we actually need. Let's implement that part. And first we need to import Clerk package, and then from this package we need to use that hook, use sign in. Then we can adjust our sign in with a handler, and we pass as an argument strategy, that's going to be string, and that strategy is going to mean which login we want to use, like Google, Facebook, or GitHub. Then we're going to have redirect URL SSO callback and redirect URL complete. We're going to have dashboard, and all of this we pass as params to sign in, authenticate with redirect. Redirect URL, it's URL where Clerk sends user once authenticated with provider. And redirect URL complete, it's final redirect. So Clerk is gonna redirect to our app dashboard once OAuth response processed by Clerk. So once user click that sign in button, Clerk redirects them to OAuth provider. Then user approves the connection. Provider redirects back to Clerk with authorization code. Then Clerk exchanges this code for tokens. And after that creates a secure session. And finally user lands on our dashboard fully authenticated. Okay, great, we have that starter set up. Now we need to go to Clerk website and create free account. Once you created an account with Clerk, then you need to create here application. And after that you will get this doc how to integrate Clerk into your application. So here you can select what framework you use. So for example, in my case, I'm going to use React. After you click on it, you have full steps how to install it and how to integrate Clerk into your app. And we are on the step 3, so we need to get our Clerk publishable key and put inside .env file. You can copy it straight away from here. Then on the step 4, it suggests us to add a check in case if we missed to add publishable key, so we'll have some error in the app. And step number 5, we need to add Clerk provider to our app, and it's supposed to wrap app component. And also, as you see, we need to pass publishable key to Clerk provider. Then we have explanation how to create a header with Clerk components. So here we have mentioned sign in, sign out, user button, and sign in button. And here we have explanation. You can control which content signed in and signed out users can see with Clerk's pre-built components. To get started, create a header using the following components. And finally, we can create our first user. Back to the code. So as you see, app and browser router wrapped with Clerk provider, and here I'm passing publishable key. And also, as you see in app component, I use signed in, signed out, and redirect to sign in from Clerk React. And here is how I use it. In the protected routes, I use sign in for child components and sign out for redirect to sign in. In home route, I use sign out for landing page and sign in for dashboard. So once user sign in, we're gonna go to dashboard, and if user sign out, we bring him back to landing page. And that's how routes looks. So we have home routes, we have gallery here, and then we have a protected route, which is going to be dashboard. Here we will have some profile edit route, and it's going to be also protected route. And of course we will have not found. That's it. Now we need to do setup with providers with Google, Facebook, and GitHub, and then test the integration. In Clerk dashboard, we need to press that configure. Then we need to select SSO connections, and here we can add providers which we need for our app. In my case, it's Facebook, GitHub, and Google. To set up Google, we need to go to consolecloudgoogle.com, and here we need to create a new project. In that dashboard, we need to click on APIs and services, and here we need to select credentials. And here in that create credentials, we need to select OAuth client ID. Then here we need to create OAuth client. Application type is gonna be web application. Let's call it dev connect. And here we need to add authorized redirect URI. And the first URL is going to be demo app Clerk accounts dev v1 OAuth callback. And also we will need our localhost. Let's press create. Then we will need to get this client ID and client secret and bring them to Clerk. So here we need to press on Google Social Provider. Then we need to enable use custom credentials. Here we need to pass client ID and here client secret. And by the way, we need to fix this part. So we need to provide that authorized redirect URI to Google. So let's press update here and let's provide this. And also we'll need to update this one. We will need to add that v1 OAuth callback. Let's save it. Setup is ready. So now let's test it in the app. So this is the landing page of it. So now let's press continue with Google. And I will select one of my accounts. And here is it, the dashboard. So we got some account information, which is name and surname, and also profile picture. Perfect. So now let's log out. That works. Now we got returned to landing page. And I have to mention that was sign-in flow. So for sign-in flow, you need to have users already in Clerk. I already had users, so for me it was successful. But in case if it is first user, then you need to use just sign up instead of sign in here. To check your users, you just need to press that users, and here you have it. Also, you can create user manually here. Now let's set up GitHub login. In GitHub, we need to go to settings developers, and here we need to press new OAuth app. In GitHub, we need to provide application name, homepage URL, in our case is going to be localhost, and we need to provide the same authorization callback URL, the one we used for Google. Now let's press register application. Then we need to press generate a new client secret. We need to copy it and paste it in our GitHub OAuth in Clerk. Perfect. Let's go back to our app and test that connection. Let's press continue with GitHub. Let's select the account and we are in. We can see the user and we can see that user was logged in with GitHub. Perfect. So the only one left is Facebook. Let's do it now. For that, we need to go to developersfacebook.com. Then we need to press My Apps, create an app. Then we need to select Authenticate and request data from users with Facebook login. Then here we need to go to App Settings and select Basic. Then we need to copy that app ID as well as app secret. And finally, in our app, we need to go to Use Cases. Here we need to select Settings. And here we see valid OAuth redirect URIs. So here we need to add the one from Clerk. That's it. Save changes. Let's test it now. And we are in, and we have another user with another login type. And we can check in Clerk that all these three users are here. And that's a wrap up. That's how it works. Was it easy to set up? What do you think? We just built a complete social authentication system in 10 minutes, and actually it saves months of work. That is the power of using the right tools. Let me know in the comments whether this tutorial was helpful and whether it was easy to follow. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to not miss next dev insights. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.